Okay, good afternoon and welcome everyone to the 2020 North Dakota School Boards Association Delegate Assembly. My name is Alexis Baxley and I am the NDSBA Executive Director. Before we get started, I'd like to go through a few housekeeping items. First, you may have heard us chatting about your display name. If you're unsure if your display name accurately reflects your name, you haven't been able to figure out how to get it changed, go ahead and send a message in the chat to all panelists with your full name and school district. That will allow our staff to identify you. Second, you are muted without the ability to unmute yourself. If you wish to make a motion, ask a question about a resolution, or discuss a motion over the course of our meeting, please use the raise your hand button on the bottom of your screen. Once you are called upon, you will be able to then unmute yourself. If during the course of discussion your point is covered or you change your mind and no longer wish to speak, please click the lower your hand button, which is the same as the raise your hand button, so that we do not call on you. Finally, we will conduct our voting today using the poll function. We will give you 1 minute to submit your vote on each motion once the poll is opened. If you are unable to submit your answers when prompted via the poll function within the time limit, please private message all panelists in the chat box with your vote. Your vote will then be added into the tally. If you're having any other issues, please use the chat box to notify our hosts so that we can attempt to help you. We also have NDSBA staff standing by on our phone line if you have further issues. Finally, in addition to adopting resolutions today, we will be announcing our NDSBA Board of Directors election results, our veteran board member award winners, and our Barb Norby Scholarship winner. Please stick around to honor these dedicated board members. Now, I'd like to turn it over to NDSBA President Holly Stromsott to open our assembly. Holly, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Try that again. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. At this time, I'll call for a motion to adopt the 2020 Delegate Assembly Standing Rules. A copy of the rules is available at www.ndsba.org. There are no proposed changes to last year's rules. Do I have a motion and a second? Okay, Robin Nelson of Fargo is making the motion, if I understand that correctly.
I move we adopt the standing rules.
Okay, thank you. And Sonia Hansen of Hazen.
I second that motion.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Is there any discussion? Seeing no discussion, at this time we will open the poll to approve our 2020 Delegate Assembly Standing Rules. The polling will be open for 1 minute. Please submit your vote now.
Fifteen-second warning.
Okay, thank you. The rules are adopted. Would Amy DeCook, NDSBA Legal Counsel, please provide the credentials report? Amy?
Okay, so we have total delegates appearing today at a total of 76. That presents a quorum. And so the number needed for approval would be 39 delegates to approve action.
Okay, thank you, Amy. At this time, I would like to call on Jim Johnson, Chair of the Government Affairs Committee, to present the resolutions report. Go ahead, Jim. Jim, you are on mute. There you go.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Jim, you'll need to unmute on your phone line. You should be able to. There we go.
Can you hear me now?
You're good, Jim.
Good afternoon, everyone. The North Dakota School Boards Association Government Committee met on August 31st, 2020 to review and act on proposed resolutions. Committee members participated in thoughtful discussion and submitted the report as printed in the bulletin or on www.ndsba.org. No additional resolutions or amendments have been proposed, so the resolutions are presented for approval as recommended by the GAC committee. We proposed resolutions in two categories this year. The first category is resolutions that are 4 years old and recommended for readoption as written. Number 1, state aid for growing school districts. Number 2, state funding for special education and gifted and talented programs. Number 3, collective bargaining. Number 4, state technology infrastructure maintenance and operations. Number 5, the business manager certification program. Number 6, the school lunch program. And number 7, posting of bills in an alternate format.
Thank you, Jim. No delegate requested separate consideration of any of the 7 preceding resolutions, so we will consider them for approval in one motion. Do I have a motion and a second? Okay, a motion from Lisa Garrison, or Lisa Mackey from Garrison.
Yes, I move to approve the resolutions as presented in one group.
Thank you, Lisa. And Jen Steiner from Lone Tree.
I second the motion.
Thank you, Jen. Is there any discussion? At this time, we will open the poll to approve the resolution that are 4 years old and recommended for readoption as written. The polling will be open for 1 minute. Please submit your vote now.
15-second warning.
Okay, thank you, everybody. The resolutions are approved. Jim, please continue.
The second category are new resolutions recommended for adoption, submitted by the North Dakota School Boards Association Board of Directors. A resolution stating that NDSBA shall support legislation that would require and/or encourage contract negotiations to be pursued in good faith, diligently, and within a reasonable period of time in order to have an agreement reached between the school board and the recognized representative organization by a specified deadline, or impasse will automatically be declared. Whereas the North Dakota Century Code 15.1-16-13 requires the board of a school district or its representatives and the representative organization or its representatives to negotiate in good faith if so requested by either entity. Whereas good faith negotiations must begin no later than the 13th day after the representative organization, or the 30th day, excuse me, after the representative organization is recognized by the board of the school district unless otherwise mutually agreed. Whereas school districts approve budgets during the month of July and shall provide to the county auditor in each county in which the taxing district has taxable property on or before August 10th of each year a preliminary budget statement, which it may not increase or decrease after October 10th of the current fiscal year. Whereas drawing out or delaying the negotiation process will negatively impact the district's ability to be fiscally responsible to both its students and its taxpayers. And whereas beginning a school year without teachers or administrators under contract may negatively impact students, staff, and the district as a whole. Therefore, be it resolved that NDSBA shall support legislation that would make appropriate amendments to the negotiation process set forth in North Dakota Century Code, Chapter 15.1-16, and any other relevant provisions of the North Dakota Century Code that would require and/or encourage negotiations to be pursued in good faith, diligently, and within a reasonable period of time in order to have an agreement reached between the school board and the recognized representative organization by a specified deadline, or impasse will automatically be declared. This completes the Government Affairs Committee report. Thank you to the committee, and thank you, Holly.
Thank you, Jim. I will now entertain a motion to approve the new resolution recommended for adoption. Do I have a motion and a second? Motion by Roger Hout.
This is Roger Howe from Jamestown. I would move we approve the resolution.
Thank you, Roger. And Lori Tweet from Finley Sharon.
I would second that motion.
Thank you, Lori. Is there any discussion? Seeing no discussion, at this time, we will open the poll to approve the new resolution recommended for adoption. The polling will be open for 1 minute. Please submit your vote now.
15-second warning.
Okay, the resolution is approved. Thank you to our Government Affairs Committee members, Jim Carl Lemke, Shane Adnes, Susie Carlson, Sonia Hansen, Roger Hout, Diane Henson, Lisa Mackey, Lauren Vengels, and myself. We have just a bit more business to attend to prior to adjourning. At this time, I would like to call upon Brenda Bury to present the results of our 2020 board election.
Thank you, Madam President. The results of this year's election are Carl Lemke has been elected president, Patty Stedman has been elected vice president, Jim Rosted has been elected Northwest director, Bob Toso has been elected Southeast director. This concludes the election report.
Thank you, Brenda. Congratulations and thank you to all the candidates for your willingness to serve on the NDSBA board. I'd also like to thank our nominating committee members, Chris Cloud, Leanne Johnson, and Amy Mitchell, and our ballot counting committee members, Carolyn Kozojed, Brenda Bury, and Colette Hertz. At this time, I would like to take a minute to honor this year's Board Member Service Award winners. NDSBA recognizes board members for their professional development and service on 2 levels, Veteran Board Member and Master Board Member. A point system has been adopted whereby each opportunity carries a specific value. When a board member has earned 100 points, they are recognized as a Veteran Board Member. When 200 points are earned, the designation is Master Board Member. This year, NDSBA recognizes Mr. Laverne Johnson from Grenora, Mr. Rick Foss from Grenora, and Mr. Shane Adnes from Stanley as Veteran Board Members. Congratulations to the 3 of you, and thank you for your dedication to your districts. Now, I would like to call on our Executive Director, Alexis Baxley, to present the Barb Norby Scholarship.
Thanks, Holly. The Barb Norby Scholarship, created by the NDSBA Board of Directors in tribute to Barb's valuable service to the association, honors a board member who demonstrates admirable leadership to a local district and involvement with NDSBA activities. The award provides a registration fee to the National School Boards Association Conference and an expense allowance to be used for travel if necessary. This year, to whom I'm grateful for her service to the association, is Susie Carlson of Northern Cass. Susie Carlson has been a board member at Northern Cass School District since 2010 and has served as president for the past 3 years. During her tenure on the board, she has been instrumental in passing a bond for an addition to the building and a levy for the building fund. She has assisted the district in shifting towards a personalized, competency-based system and been an advocate for a learner-centered organization. Mrs. Carlson is professional in her approach and is always willing to listen to stakeholders. She makes decisions based on policy while also making sure to treat people with respect and dignity. During stressful times, she listens to learn. She has been an advocate for innovative education, not only at Northern Cass, but throughout the state. She has served on statewide committees and engages in professional learning to increase her own knowledge. She is a supporter of Northern Cass activities and has challenged the district to recognize all learners and their passions. She is a fantastic communicator who is willing to ask difficult questions and make decisions which are not always popular. Through her time on the board, she has represented the district in a manner which has allowed Northern Cass to increase its opportunities for learners, including dual credit, CTE coursework, and internships. Susie is a true Jaguar and has been a difference maker in the district for all. Susie, we'll reach out to you after Delegate Assembly to discuss the scholarship. Congratulations. Holly, you're muted.
Oh, shoot. Thanks, Alexis. I'll start again. Congratulations, Susie. Thank you for your service to your local district and NDSBA. And now I'd like to call on Carl Lemke for the official passing of the gavel.
Well, thank you, Holly. And on behalf of the School Board Association, Board of Directors, all of our membership, all of our staff, I want to thank you for your service as the Northeast Director and as our President. We certainly appreciate all of your leadership and your dedication and all the work that goes into being the President. So thank you very, very much. If we had an opportunity to applaud, this would be the time to do it. I'd also like to say thank you to all of our board members who serve as the School Board Association board. Thank you, Jim Johnson, for your service on this board. You've done a great job, and we really appreciate it very, very much. I would say thank you. I am extremely grateful for the opportunity to serve as the president this coming year. I am a tremendous advocate for our School Board Association and all the work it does for all of our school districts and all of our school boards. I look forward to serving all of you in the next year. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I only have a few final announcements before we adjourn this afternoon. First, again, thank you for all of your participation in these unprecedented times. It's gone very smoothly. Thank you, and thank your business managers, your superintendents for helping us keep all these wheels turning despite the many adjustments and changes that are taking place over this year. Thank you to our Government Affairs Committee, again, Jim Johnson, our Nominating Committee, and our Ballot Counting Committee for all of their service. And then, of course, it goes without saying, but thank you to the staff for all the work they've done to make sure that this show went on. It has been really, really smooth, as you can all see today, and a very extra special thank you to them. So with that, I would say we're adjourned, and I wish you all the best for the rest of the school year and the rest